Ladies and gentlemen, a very good morning and a warm welcome to all of you present here today. We are gathered here today for launching Young Chef, Young Waiter India 2024, the world's best chef and waiter competition. YCYW proudly presents and supports the future stars in the world's kitchens and restaurants. We are pleased to have Dr. Robert Walton, MBE, Chairman, President of the Restaurant Association, Mr. Sean Valentine, Managing Director of Young Chef, Young Waiter, Mr. Ridesh Deshpande, Vice Chancellor of Ajeenkya DY Patil University. Now, without taking much time, let me introduce Mr. Ridesh Deshpande, Vice Chancellor of Ajeenkya DY Patil University. Mr. Ridesh has been in the field of education for over 27 years. Currently, he serves as the Vice Chancellor of Ajeenkya DY Patil University and is a member of the governing body and board of management of the university. He is also the director of Ajeenkya DY Patil Group and Grand Portal Hospital, Mumbai. Mr. Deshpande, requesting you to kindly deliver the welcome address.
In a cold atmosphere because we are already so warm all the time throughout the year. But a very hearty welcome to all of you. I especially would like to welcome our friends Dr. Robert Walton, MBE, Mr. Sean Valentine, Mr. Tarak Bhattacharya, and Ms. Rachel from National Restaurant Association of India, who are graciously agreed to be here and most importantly for supporting this initiative of ours, and all the press members who are here today. So for us, it's a great pleasure and honor to host this grand event of Young Chef, Young Waiter India. Naturally, as you by now know, it's a global competition, and my friends here will tell more about it. But I can tell you two things, and this is from my very recent experiences. First is I had recently gone to Wales, where we have a collaboration with University of Wales, and now you see the interesting connection here. So we have a collaboration where we run a digital health program with the University of Wales, and their head of the program, Wendy Deering. So she had told me that you have to come to Wales. I said, okay, fine. She said, no, no, you come in September because we have this competition and it would be nice that if you could combine the two. I said, I very happily, I'll do that. So I went there. I landed in London. The dates were a little odd. So I landed in London a day before. So I decided to eat in the Michelin star restaurants in London. And I ate on two subsequent meals in two Michelin star restaurants. One was Petrus by Gordon Ramsay, and another was by Helen Daruzi at Hotel Ambassador. And then I'll end up at the Young Chef, Young Waiter competition in Wales. And the food I ate there, after that, immediately I told Sean, I paid big money earlier to eat that, but this is far greater. And this is not, at that time, we were not doing anything, we had no connection with each other. But that was the inspirational moment for me to showcase what a young talent could do, what a person who is really passionate can bring to the table, which even the veterans may find it difficult to actually achieve. There are far more other factors that contribute to the success of the greats, but if you look at it in a very isolated manner, this is the power of the youth. And if there is an opportunity, we can amplify this power of the youth through a right opportunity and right platform. That's the reason we thought that Young Chef, Young Waiter competition should come to India. Second was thereafter I went to Singapore, and again I went to three Michelin star restaurants. So one of them which I like the most, the name of the restaurant is Cloud Street. The chef is Nilesh Ravindran. Interesting story again. A Sri Lankan born person raised in Australia, goes around the world and opens a restaurant in Singapore. And that again signified to me the global opportunity that the hospitality industry presents. It's not an opportunity which is limited to one geography, or if for a person belonging to one place and only to succeed in that particular geography. But this is one industry where if you are good, then you are accepted anywhere. Where if you are good, you can progress to any level. And that is the kind of thing which actually also propelled me to have this competition in India and create an opportunity for the young people. As far as our university is concerned, we are a young university, a part of the DY Patil group. The name of the university is Ajeenkya DY Patil University. And we thought that the role of education is as much as it is inside out, it is to outside in, it should be inside out as well. The university should reach out to people, university should reach out to more people and create opportunities in the society. And this is the confluence of these three things which I told you just now that actually makes us organize this competition in India, have our friends over here, and we hope that this competition will get wings. I will request you, because the participation in this competition is free, there are no charges. So hence I would request all our press colleagues to uh, talk about it so that more and more people know about this. And when more people know, more people will participate, and that will create opportunities and that will provide them a platform which otherwise, as we see, is not there in India right now. We don't have a competition of this kind in India. So the young people have to work on their own, and sometimes they may get noticed, but many of the good people may not be getting noticed. But this is one way through which they could get noticed, and that's why we are here. I once again welcome you all for today afternoon, and I look forward to hearing from our colleagues. Thank you very much.
Thank you for orchestrating a fantastic beginning to the event. Now, let me introduce the Managing Director of World Young Chef, Young Waiter, Mr. Sean Valentine. Sean has spent over 40 years in the hospitality industry. He is a fellow of the Institute of Hospitality, holds the Freedom of the City of London, and was awarded the Food Service Management Lifetime Achievement Award in recognition of his commitment to the industry through ACE, also known as Association of Catering Excellence, for the past 12 years. As an ambassador for hospitality action and managing director of World Young Chef, Young Waiter, Sean has been successfully in promoting the next generation of young professionals entering the hospitality sector, which he continues to his day. He has been involved in sales and operations at major sport events including Formula One, Royal Ascot, Henley Royal Regatta, RHS flower shows, and many other iconic annual calendar events. Over to you, Mr. Valentine.
Well, I have to say, I don't know who wrote that, but it wasn't me. Amazing. Um, Good afternoon, everybody. And firstly, I'd just like to say this is my first trip to India. It's our third day. It's been a whirlwind tour. Thank very much. Thank you to the university for looking after us and for making us feel so welcome here. I think we've been to many countries around the world. As we said earlier, we're in 15 countries now, and I have to say the welcome here has been breathtaking. It's been amazing. So thank you for that, and very much a thank you and a special thank you to Professor Deshpande for having the unwavering support and the vision to take on this competition in India, and also to Dr. Ajeenkya DY Patil for hosting us yesterday at the 8th convocation at the university. I've been to a few graduations in the UK, but I have to tell you what I saw yesterday was pretty magical. and lots of fun as well. Truly a spectacular occasion, and thank you for that. I would also just like to thank also Pooja and Shahal for looking after us on this visit and making sure that our journey, and a very interesting journey from the airport to Pune, and one that probably I won't forget for a long time. The World Young Chef, Young Waiter values extends to very much young, talented professionals in the hospitality industry, and it provides a platform for them to be heard, and it offers them education and development on their journey through hospitality. As has already been mentioned, I've been in hospitality for over 40 years. I started cooking when I was 16. I came from a very disadvantaged background, and hospitality has given me the most amazing life. I've traveled the world. I've met the Queen of England 3 times. I've met presidents. I've met lots of very interesting people. Hospitality provides for these young people an opportunity to see the world, an opportunity to develop themselves as individuals. The winners, i.e. the chef and the waiter from India, will be in good company at the World Final. They will partner up, so they will actually, even though they've probably never worked together, the winning chef and waiter from India will become partners. They will go to the World Final and they will represent India as a country. And at the World Final, they have a chance to win $10,000, which is a life-changing amount for these young people. And it will be a very proud moment to put India on the world hospitality stage, and we wish the winners the very best of luck. Thank you to everybody for supporting our global efforts on providing this wonderful platform for young people. For me, this is a true honor and a privilege to be the managing director of this global competition. That's enough from me. I was just going to do a small introduction, so I'd now like to welcome on stage our chairman, Dr. Robert Walton, MBE, who will tell you a lot more and show you some interesting video footage. Thank you so much indeed.
Thank you, Mr. Sean Valentine, for your insightful remarks. We are honored by the gracious presence of Dr. Robert Walton, MBE, Chairman, World Young Chef, Young Waiter, and President of the Restaurant Association UK. Dr. Robert Walton, MBE, is a highly regarded luminary within the hospitality industry, renowned for his roles as an ambassador for the Great Campaign, the longest-serving president of the Restaurant Association of Great Britain, and a partner for UK hospitality. Dr. Robert's legacy includes instrumental roles as the chairman of the World Young Chef, Young Waiter competition, where he has constantly nurtured emerging talents in the restaurant industry. May I request Mr. Walton to kindly share your views with us?
Good afternoon, everybody. Vice Chancellor, Professor Riddhish Jaspan D. I got that right? Got my honored guests, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the launch of World Young Chef, Young Waiter, India. India is the 15th country on the World Young Chef, Young Waiter program, and actually been at the top of my list ever since the World program was created. Firstly, can I say how at home we feel here, Sean and I. It's not like home, and it is much, much warmer than home, but we feel like we've been welcomed as part of the family. What a stunning venue Ajeenkya DY Patil University is, with so many opportunities for the students. But for me, of course, I love meeting the young hospitality students in year 1 and saw already their drive and passion for the sector. I must say a massive thank you to the university for the honour they bestowed on me of Doctor of Letters that I received on the 16th of January. And that was a real moment in my life, and one that I will cherish forever. And thank you to the president of the university for inviting Sean and I to his home for a most fabulous dinner, a local dinner, of amazing produce. And it was nice to meet the other honorees. And everyone, as I said, have been so kind, but moreover, so enthusiastic about the World Young Chef, Young Waiter program being here in India. So the World Young Chef, Young Waiter competition is an investment into the future of hospitality and the future of the hospitality stars of tomorrow. It's the perfect way to showcase talent and to show the world that your country takes hospitality seriously. This historic 45-year-old competition for chefs, waiters, and now mixologists is one of the reasons that the UK flourished in the hospitality world, with London now being recognised as the leading capital in the world for gastronomy and hospitality. And the UK continues to pollinate the world with great chefs, hoteliers, and restaurateurs. The Young Chef, Young Waiter competition is embedded into the foundations of British hospitality and is now taking the world by storm, with 15 countries already signed up to the Young Chef, Young Waiter competition in 2024, and with other countries like Malta, the Bahamas, Tasmania, Australia, Thailand, and South Africa already inquiring to be on the program for 24 and 25. Amazing chefs, superstar chefs, and hospitality names around the world continue to get involved, with over 200 named chefs involved in 2023 in the World Young Chef, Young Waiter competition. And that is growing and assisting growing our new talent. So let's have a look at the talent in action at the world final video last year in Monaco. Here we go.
What a privilege for me to be part of this whole judging with young talent. They have come some great dishes, very exciting to judge them and taste them.
It's very important to us to support the future of hospitality. You know, spirits and hospitality have been hand in hand forever.
It's great to see that the Young Chef Young Waiter competition is also focusing on the waiter aspect and on the service aspect, not just the chefs behind the scenes, because it is an overall experience.
Yes, you have the last 15 minutes before you stop cooking. The world champions for 2023 Young Chef Young Waiter are Singapore!
Young Chef, Young Waiter, Young Mixologist is all about creating a network of people and moving forward, creating a community where they can call or message and have support any time of the year and any time of the day as well. Really excited to have been here, really grateful for the opportunity and really honoured to have met the future of hospitality around the world.
For me, the competition was nerve-wracking, yes, but I feel like I'm proud of myself because I know that I did my best. And what I say also, go big or go home. That's it.
1 year, now we start again for next year. 15 countries around the world, and away we go again. All over 2024, Young Chef Young Waiter, here we come.
So that's what it's all about. And it's fantastic to see the young talent flourishing there in Monaco last year. And And it's always, when I watch that, it's just a wonderful experience to see what's going to happen as we get bigger and bigger, and how India will fare in the big and the global competition. The most important thing is being part of it and being part of the global on the world stage. So the Young Chef, Young Waiter message is really simple. It's about education and training, and promotes hospitality as a career, a profession, and a vocation. The Young Chef, Young Waiter program plants seeds, enhancing all involved into a new, modern hospitality community. Many names have been through the Young Chef, Young Waiter competition and hold some of the highest positions in the most well-known global establishments. And Young Chef, Young Waiter is an amazing vehicle for a country wanting to promote their hospitality sector and industry. So I'm so excited to be here, and I can't thank our guests and the whole of India that's got involved in this competition. And I can't wait to see who will represent India in the World Finals of 2024. So thank you everyone for inviting us here. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Walton. That was truly inspiring. We are pleased to have the online presence of Chef Cyrus Todiwala, OBE, Indian chef, proprietor, Cafe Spice, Namaste, United Kingdom. Cyrus Todiwala, OBE, is a chef, restaurateur, educationist, author, and entrepreneur. Genial and down to earth, his accessible persona masks an encyclopedic knowledge of food history and cuisine and a sophisticated turn in the kitchen. Chef Cyrus, may I request you to kindly share your views with us?
And good morning here in a very dull, dark, and very cold London. It's great to be connected with this vibrant energy of hospitality individuals, particularly because it's now India, and my whole career began in this country. So for me, first of all, a great appreciation for Young Chef, Young Waiter to take this big step forward, embrace India and India's culinary talents and all that we offer the world today. Of course, big thanks to Dr. Ajeenkya and the university, the DY Patil University, Pune. And Pune is where I had a restaurant for a few years before I left for India. So Pune is very close to my heart too. Unfortunately, I cannot be there because I'm coming to India next week for another competition, and my fellow chef Mario is going to join me there. But this initiative absolutely reflects the commitment and the nurturing and celebrating of the incredible talent that India has, and it has given to the world of culinary and hospitality to the world today. Because many of us have achieved great things from outside our own country, and we only have our great nation to thank for that, for the education and the training that we did. So I have been very fortunate to embark on this culinary journey myself, and of course, all the challenges, the triumphs, and the countless learning opportunities one has. My career began with the Taj Mahal Hotel in Bombay in 1975, and it still hasn't stopped because I'm still learning, I'm still embracing, and I still think I'm young enough to give myself to the world a lot more than it. But the competitions are great. Competitions we never had in India during the time when we were training and we were learning, we were educating ourselves, all going into the industry. The competitions of the young chef, young waiters are taking place at such a high level that from a very young age, you are focused, giving your focus into delivery, and you're focused into creating great things for yourself. And it's a great aspirational model for young individuals who want to leave their mark on the hospitality industry. I have, like Sean mentioned before, had many privileges while still in India and while an executive chef for the Taj properties in Goa in the 80s. I had the privilege of cooking for 48 heads of state when we handled the Commonwealth Summit in Goa. and we had nightmares, but we also had a fabulous experience. And during that time, I've cooked for lots of royalty, presidents, prime ministers, and many, many dignitaries from all over the world. And this is something that young people need to aspire towards. And once you move from once you're in India, the whole world is at your feet. Fortunately, today India has evolved so fast and so far ahead that we can compete with the best in the world. During our day, we always admire the foreign cuisines and we look less at the cuisines of India. Today, the cuisines of India are emerging globally and creating a stir in the world scene because India has so much to offer. And I cannot wait to see the excellence created by the young chefs and the young waiters because they must work as a team. We often forget in hospitality that one cannot work without the other. You need excellent service to deliver excellent food. And if one or the other fails, you have a problem on your hands. And this is what the whole competition, the young chef, young waiter is all about. It's about team building, it's about working as a team, and it's about creating that excellence that the team can deliver together. So today's culinary landscape in India, we had few restaurants when I was in Pune and we were training in Bombay that made a mark. Today, India has got thousands of great restaurants and all competing with each other for best quality, best food, best service. And a significant part of one's journey, life, is based on how the mentor teach you, who believes in the potential of your achievement in the world. If people didn't believe in young people, then young people would never succeed and the industry would be starved of talent. But it's great to have a competition like this, to encourage young people to look at mentors, to seek advice, to seek help, and to make themselves better and better and better. So that when they approach the world as on a culinary stage, they are able to face the world with much greater promise than some people who did not get these benefits. So, our heritage is rich. You cannot deny that India has a rich heritage of food and culture that goes back thousands of years. Well before the Western world even learned how to light a fire, Indians were actually cooking food. So we have a heritage and a culture which we need to embrace and encourage their contestants to dig deep into their cultures and their cuisines and create a tradition, innovation, and creativity. So the dining experience is another holistic situation today. People can go anywhere they want, but if you want to attract them, you have to deliver the best. And this has to be implanted into the minds of young people. That if they can achieve the best that they can produce, they will always seek success. And success will be theirs eventually. It's not about ingredients, it's not about just techniques, it's about the entire narrative on adding a great value and a great experience to the customer. And this is what this competition is going to teach. I'm really, really happy that it's taking place here today because somebody in India and a lot of teams in future from now on are going to shine on the global platform, which will give them the encouragement to work even better. Techniques, valuable skills, these are all the new things that will come automatically. When other chefs get involved and the training takes place with the students, a lot of new things will emerge, and I'm very much looking forward to see how the competition evolves with the university's help and what eventually is delivered in the competition itself. Yes, there'll be nervousness, yes, there'll be mistakes, but I think the young people will be absolutely ready for delivering some of the best things that can happen. We have lots of Indian students in this country today seeking to educate better. We have a few that work with us, amazing people, very hardworking, and very much hungry for knowledge. And this is exactly what young chef, young waiter is going to deliver. He's going to deliver a hunger of young people. And I'm pleased that the university and Dr. Ajeenkya and his team are looking ahead to embrace this and deliver something that India has not seen before. And I think it's a bold step that Robert and our friend Sean are taking to put this up in India itself. The young chef, the World Young Chef, Young Waiter is now one of the best charitable institutions going around that's delivering fabulous training and delivering fabulous education. So I think it's a proud moment for both, for Britain as well, to be working with India again to deliver quality, high standard and achievement. And I think for like us who are judges for the competition, great opportunity for us to be able to help young people and give them the guidance and the support to succeed in life. So thank you very much for having me this morning. Say a few words, of course. Time to go to work from us. But have a super day, everybody, and I congratulate everybody on the success of this competition and its launch. Thank you so much.
We are thankful for the depth and insight in your address. We are extremely delighted to have Chef Mario Pereira, Executive Chef, the Dorchester, United Kingdom, who has joined us through the video call. He is a driven and dynamic chef who thrives on challenges and seeing projects through to a successful completion. He has always had the passion for cooking and creating from a very young age, coming from a family of culture and food admirers. Chef Mario, I would like to invite you to deliver your address.
And being a chef, can you hear me?
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, I start my journey in Sri Lanka, very similar where Cyrus was mentioned. From 8 years old, I was cooking. Cooking was my passion. I always wanted to be a chef, and my journey has been such a joy. And to be the executive chef at the Dorchester, it was something that everybody wants to wish. And that's where, when these type of competitions, young chefs, young waiter, comes to in place, looking for their bright talent, the young chefs who are hungry to develop and do well. So yes, I think it's a great platform for young chefs to be part of this. And for me, I think as chefs, we always look for the right people where we can create, mentor, and to see these people grow and taking our position, our future in the hospitality. Life wasn't easy, it's hard. Cooking for people is, I think, it's a joy, and it's very demanding. Nowadays, with all the food trends and everything what we have, it isn't easy. But we come with so great ingredients and so much nice produce. I think it's important for us to think what we know, we cook them nicely, and we serve the guests. I think it's quite a key thing. Yes, I'll be. I also, as Chef Cyrus mentioned, I'll be in a week's time for another competition. So love to see the young talents again. But it's something that we always look for. People who want to grow and be a part of this hospitality, and we want to always help and support. So thank you for having me. I don't want to keep you long, but. It's such a joy again, and welcome India to be on this competition. So good luck. Thank you.
Thank you for your address, Chef Mario. And now it's time for the launch of the most awaited Young Chef and Young Waiter India 2024, the world's best chef and waiter competition. I would like to request all the dignitaries on the dais and those who have joined through video call, with your approval, we would like to play the launch video.
I wish you all today the very best of luck. May the best country win. I want you to really take this as an experience in your life journey. Good luck. Let the competition begin. I can't believe it. I'm so happy to be here. I'm so happy that it's over. 1 year, now we start again for next year. 15 countries around the world. And away we go again. All over 2024, Young Chef, Young Waiter. Here we come.
Hi, welcome to Young Chef, Young Waiter competition. Young Chef, Young Waiter YCYW is a global competition held in over 10 countries for last 44 years. Ajeenkya DY Patil University is proud to be associated with this August competition and this esteemed organization. We are making this competition to make available a platform for the young people engaged in the hospitality industry to participate and shine on a global scale. The Ajeenkya DY Patil University celebrates humility, it celebrates thinkers and doers. And this competition and spirit is the same. And that's the reason it is the most perfect confluence of the same thoughts, same ethics, and same purpose. I welcome you all to participate in this competition and make yourself a platform to shine and glow over the world where actually they are waiting for the Indian talent to come up and showcase what they have got in them. Looking forward to having your participation in this competition.
We are pleased to have Ms. Rachel Goenka, Chapter Head, NRI AI Mumbai Chapter, CEO, the Chocolate Spoon Company. Ma'am, I would like to invite you to come and speak a few words with us.
Good afternoon, everyone. My name is Rachel Goenka, and I'm the Mumbai chapter head of the National Restaurant Association of India. As an RAI, I'm very, very pleased to be supporting a platform like this that puts India on the map and also supports all the talent that is coming and emerging out of India. So, we're really looking forward to this association and this partnership. Thank you.
And now we have Mr. Tarak Bhattacharya, CEO, Chapter Head, NRAI Mumbai, Executive Director. To kindly please comment.
Thank you very much. Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. I think, Deshpande sir, thank you for having us here. And we at NRI, I think, supports amazing causes like this, and I think we are very happy to be a part of this. Thank you very much.
I would like to introduce Dr. Ajeenkya DY Patil, President Ajeenkya DY Patil University and Chairman Ajeenkya DY Patil Group, which is a leading educationist and a prominent business leader. He is the Honorary Consul General of the Cooperative Republic of Guyana in India. His tireless entrepreneurial spirit has led him to found and lead many companies in different sectors such as healthcare, education, technology, infrastructure, and hospitality. For his tremendous achievements, he has been honored with prestigious social and business awards. His illustrious list of achievements include being appointed as Chairman, Central Board for Workers' Education by Ministry of Labour, Government of India. He has also been appointed to be the economic advisor by the President of Guyana. And now we move to the questions and answers. I kindly request everyone to please raise your hands while posing questions, and also would request everyone to ask questions one at a time to ensure a smooth session. Thank you.
Hello, check. Hello. Yeah, firstly, I would like to congratulate you on a great initiative that you all have taken for the people in India, particularly the chefs, waiters, and bringing them on a platform where they can be recognized. So, having said that, I would just like to understand uh, what are the opportunities that a person will get after he goes through the process, and how many places this is going to be held, and how's the whole format?
I'll I'll answer that. So the competition historically, and even from what we were doing last year, every chef and waiter that takes part in the competition, I think it gives them a platform to be recognised, not only by people from the press, not only by senior people within hospitality, but also by their peers as well, so the people that they work with. We have a tremendous number of examples where individuals have gone on to improve their careers and to work in. So, for example, one of our chefs who entered in 2019 for England back then, who was in a very dark place in his life, was not in a good place at all, entered the competition and was encouraged by his friend to enter the competition. Today, that man is the sous chef in a 2 Michelin star restaurant for Tom Kerridge. And we think within the next year he will become the head chef. He is now active on social media and posting regularly. He's now found a beautiful girlfriend who's studying law, and they're both going to get married, I think, next year. And one of the things that we look to do for the competition, for the young people, is we look for the mentors, i.e. the judges. And Bob mentioned earlier that we have 200 judges around the world. We probably have over 30 Michelin star establishments represented as judges across our platform. We have over 1,600 people now that have applied around the world. And all the application process, going back to how it works, is all done online. So the entries are now open. When they click on the entry, so there will be lots of information available to them. They click on the entrance, it takes them to the platform, they put in their personal information, they apply, it probably takes 20, 25 minutes, they upload a video. When we get to closing, the platform turns into an online judging platform. The judges, chefs and waiter judges, then judge them, and we narrow down the entrance of chefs and waiters, depending on how many that is. And the average around the world is upwards of 50 chefs and waiters applying on the platform for each country. That will be narrowed down to 4 chefs and 4 waiters who will go forward to the one-day live final, where that winning chef and winning waiter will then go to the world final and represent India. So that hopefully that answers your question.
Great. And how do they qualify? What are the basic qualifications that they must have in order to enter the competition?
So the key qualification is they must be under 28, and that's across the world. It was 26 for a number of years, it's now been increased to 28. They have to have 3 years minimum hospitality experience, and they have to have the right to work in their respective country. The key thing about this competition is about openness, diversity, and welcoming anybody. I mean, in Singapore last year, we had somebody who worked in a pizza quick service restaurant, and we had somebody who was working in a 2 Michelin star restaurant. And I have to tell you that the front of house member of staff in the Michelin star restaurant did well, but the chef who came from the quick service restaurant did really well. He didn't win, but he did exceptionally well because he cooked a lot at home. He had this burning passion to cook and do great things, and that's one person to watch, I think, for the future.
Any qualifications are also required, or just the experience is good?
No, it's just experience, because we're, as Robert mentioned earlier, we are promoting hospitality as a career, a profession, and a vocation. The job of World Young Chef, Young Waiter, and now Young Mixologist, which we launched last year, and we're now in 8 countries with that for this year, is to encourage people to come into this profession, and more importantly, to get them to stay in this profession. Because a lot of people come and a lot of people go. So if we can put our stamp on hospitality, Robert and I, and leave a legacy of people, more people staying than going, more people being inspired and learning and being educated in hospitality for young people and having a voice, then we've done our job.
Great. You're doing a great job for even the connoisseurs of food, the foodies, and when good food is available to all of us, we'll all enjoy it. That's a great thing. And one thing also is good that the technology will not replace humans in this particular field, like artificial intelligence and all. So that is one more good opportunity for people to get into this business. They won't lose their jobs.
No, and we've always said, and Robert and I were both chefs, we've both been in hospitality all our lives. And one of the reasons when I was young, my father said to me, boy, if you go into hospitality, you'll never be hungry and you'll never not have a job. And I have to tell you, he was absolutely right. But hospitality enriches your life. You get to travel the world, you get to meet, I've met the Queen at 3 Queen's garden parties in my life. I would never have done that. I've been backstage, with some of the biggest rock bands in the world when we were, I was at Nebworth when Robbie Williams was on the stage. I was working for a company doing all the catering, and I got to meet him backstage because I had an access all area pass. I was in Formula One for 10 years. I served Lewis Hamilton and his 2 dogs their lunch. I mean, you can't say that unless you're in this world of hospitality. It's the most inspiring place. It's given me the most enrichment in my life, and I know it has for Robert. And we're super excited for the chefs and waiters for India to have that same experience.
Also, are you grooming the people before they come to the competition in any way? The do's and don'ts, the rules, and in any ways, do they get some kind of a training?
So across the world, we try and keep it because it's the competition is under license in each country because we couldn't physically run every competition. The IT infrastructure that we've developed with this global award platform takes the heavy lifting out of all the application process. So the application process is absolutely the same all over the world. Nobody has got any advantage or disadvantage. When we get to the finalists, so let's say we had 30 chefs, 30 waiters, and we get down to 4 and 4, what we encourage is the judges in each country to mentor those finalists. So to say, look, let me, if you want to come to my establishment, if you want to work on some dishes for your final, please do. If you want to come and hone your skills around being, waiting skills, please come and we will help you. And that happens all over the world. And the smart ones, the smart judges, who really, of course, the judges in their country want their country to win at the world final. So the smart judges, the smart chefs, smart waiter judges really get hold of those finalists and really nurture them. And I would say for the record here in India, if you're smart, you'll do the same.
Have you already identified the judges in India, and how many of them have been identified or taken on board, or there is still scope for judges also to come on board, or mentors?
We have literally, in India, been, it's been a couple of weeks really. So at the moment, Mario and Cyrus are very much on board. Atul Kochhar is another one. Vinette, one of your famous Indian judges, is also, chefs is also involved. But I think we will end up, I would guess, around 6 chef judges and 6 waiter judges, and that will keep an eye on the website, youngchefyoungwaiter.com/India, and there's a judges section. And as the competition gets more momentum, by its very nature, and it happens all over the world, more judges go, yes, please, I'd like to be involved. So listen, we can have 30 judges if you like. It doesn't matter, the more the merrier, because they're there to support the young people.
We are already excited. So what is the date that the competition will take place for Indians to be shortlisted?
So the live final, we believe, will be in July. We don't have a specific date, but that will come out in a press release fairly shortly, but it will definitely be in July, and the world final will be in November, and it's likely to be either Singapore or somewhere like Macau.
Thank you.
Do we have any more questions?
How many competitors are you expecting registration? The number of registrations are you expecting from India?
So I'll answer. Good questions, by the way. Let me tell you, very good questions. It really depends on the application process. So what we need to do while we're here in India is we need to make sure that the locations, venues, restaurants and hotels and hospitality outlets know about the competition. The more people that know about the competition, the more applicants we're going to get at 28 and under. And so it's really about word of mouth, spreading it. It's a brand new competition. And the first year is all, like any competition, the first year you get underway, and then it will grow. Every country has grown now in applicants, and also the award ceremony. We do a little award ceremony, whether it's like Singapore, which had 70 or 80 people on the same day, whether it's like Wales, who had 250 people at a black tie dinner in a football stadium. So each country has their own way of doing how they want to promote the Young Chef Young Waiter program. But the most important thing is trying to get the word out there now that with amazing influencers and amazing venues, is that the Young Chef Young Waiter application process is now open. And if you're 28 and under and you're a young professional in hospitality, you can enter. So that's how you get the applicants up.
Any more questions?
Any specific cuisine that is given to the competitors?
So it's open to all. I mean, if you think of London, for instance, or the UK, London has 55 different cultures of cuisine within London alone. It's open to all cuisine. Because you're here in India, it would be wonderful to have an Indian culture coming through in the cuisines that's served at fun. But that's it's an open competition. It's a global competition. In Singapore, there was obviously that Asian influence that was there. And when we're in Scotland, it's a Scottish influence. It wasn't haggis, I have to tell you, but it was beef. I think it was beef, wasn't it? Yeah. And so each country, and that's the beauty of the competition, is that you want the cultures. I want the Nordics to be involved at some point. They're not involved yet. I would love them to be involved because you're going to have a completely different type of cuisine coming from there. The same as I'd love Japan to be involved. Wouldn't that be amazing? We've only literally been going, this is the third world competition and we're in 15 countries already. So I don't think it's just a matter of time. But the more culturally diverse you can have, the more fun the competition will be.
Any more questions?
And are there going to be any hurdles or something like that during the test?
Pardon?
Are there going to be any kind of hurdles or tests during this entire competition?
Any hurdles? I don't know whether there'll be any hurdles. We have Ridish here who will make it run super smoothly, I'm sure. Maybe you can answer that. Will there be any hurdles?
We don't expect any hurdles. All, as I just second what Robert said, we expect more and more people to participate in this so that we have the intensity of the competition can grow. Naturally, more the competitors, it brings in more variety and it gives the judges, they should have a hard time judging and finding the finalists. That is what I would expect.
You know when it's really exciting is when you have Cyrus and Mario from the UK really excited about India being involved in the competition because they know the competition back in the UK. So what I would love to see here is some amazing, Indian chefs and front of house managers and general managers and CEOs and everyone getting involved in the competition and brands and supporters and sponsors all getting behind it to make it a big, the potential here is unbelievable here in India, I have to tell you. I mean, as I said on my speech, it was at the top of my list when I first started. And I believe what you can do here is mind-blowing, honestly, with this competition. And there's no limit to what the individual license holder and the individual country can do, providing one follows the rules. But I mean, you could have a festival around it. You could have a great big conference around it. You could have a big dinner around it. You could have chefs cooking prior to the award ceremony. There are many, many ways that each country can run their competition, providing you just keep the main bits in the middle fine.
I would like to thank our esteemed speakers and all our partners and friends from the media for their presence. Now let's move on for lunch. Enjoy the delicious offerings and bon appetit.